This is the third video in our series exploring the reasons and resolutions for rejected transactions in detail. The next issue we're going to look at is inactive Aadhaar, which is one of the most common reasons. This is difficult to resolve. The reason occurs only in Aadhaar-based payments and not in account-based. Despite the name, inactive Aadhaar actually has nothing to do with the Aadhaar card itself. The card or the number does not become inactive. As discussed in previous videos, Adhar is linked to the bank IIN in the NPCI mapper, and that in turn is linked to the individual bank account. If the Adhar is not associated with any bank IIN, the NPCI mapper cannot find the correct bank to transfer the money to, and therefore the transfer cannot happen. The reason on the MIS is given as inactive Adhar. The linkage being broken can be caused by many reasons. 1. The KYC has not been completed or there are similar issues with the bank account. 2. There could be two bank accounts of the same person with the same Aadhaar number, and the bank may have intentionally made its status inactive in the mapper, or there could be a joint account. Only the recently added Adhar is linked to the account, so if the earlier Aadhaar number is not linked, the transfer will not happen. Another reason on the MIS is Aadhaar mapping does not exist or the Adhar is not mapped to IIN. Both of these errors have the same resolution. The worker will need to go to the bank and request the Adhar to be linked to their bank account. They also have to request the bank that it has to be correctly linked in the NPCI mapper. This can take up to a few days depending on the bank and how long they take to ensure correct mapping in the NPCI. On the field, it can also happen that despite fixing the mapping at the account and NPCI mapper, the transaction is still rejected for the same reason. In such a case, the bank advises people to open a new account in a different bank and link their Adhar there. And they can start receiving wages in this new linked account. Alternatively, the government or the block officials can also remove the Adhar from the MIS and instead make the payment via account-based payments. This can happen if necessary. These issues are particularly complex because many rural bankers do not know how to relink the Adhar. At times, the bank may have to remove the Adhar number from the account completely and start the linking process all over again. The next issue is participant not mapped to product. This actually has nothing to do with the worker. It's in fact a back-end issue where the bank IIN or the IFSC is not recognized by the NPCI. It happens many times because banks often merge smaller branches or a larger bank splits, making a smaller Grameen bank or something similar. This causes the IFSC to change and multiple rejections may occur in a short time period for the accounts in that branch. The new codes will have to be updated on the MIS and updated on the NPCI. The resolution for this should usually happen automatically in a few days. However, if the issue persists and is not resolved, the block can also write to the NPCI for resolution from their end.